There used to be a saying that masturbating made you blind. Well, I say that masturbating makes you insane. I'm going to have to explain this to you in a couple of different ways. And the reason I decided to make this video was because there's a lot of people going around the internet making diagnoses of other people. They are actually attempting to make a diagnosis without any training or any knowledge whatsoever. They've suddenly proclaimed themselves as psychiatrists, which means they have now entered the realm of delusion, which now means that they are actually insane. Now, a couple of things here. First of all, concerning masturbation, this is something that Christians keep going on about. You know, is it all right to do that? Well, why are you asking me? You know, but if you want me to give you an idea of what perhaps you should or should not do, let's put it that way, then you have to take your question to the Word of God. And Jesus said that it's not what goes into a man, like what you eat. Yeah, it's not what goes into a man that makes him unclean, but what comes out of him. And that's it, the thoughts of the heart. It's the thoughts of the heart that make a man unclean. So let's say you are doing that and you're thinking about some porn star or something perhaps that you've been watching on the internet, and she might be married. Regardless of the fact that she's committing adultery right there and then, you might be thinking about her and she might be married. That means you've committed adultery with her in your heart, and she's married. You've committed adultery. If you fantasize about a woman who is married, whether you know it or not, you have committed adultery with her in your heart. So if you're thinking about those sort of things while you're doing it, then I suppose then yes, it is definitely wrong, because we're going to be judged by the thoughts of our heart. Next, let's get on to the rest of the psychiatry bit, because you see, the thing is, people don't seem to know where madness comes from. Madness comes from demon possession. You should read the book of Enoch and you'll get a better understanding of that, because the spirits of the Nephilim giants were cursed, and God turned them into demons, and they prowl the earth, causing offence. Okay, they do not eat or drink, but they hunger and thirst, and they are evil. And these are the things that possess you if you go into dirty thoughts and stuff like that. Okay, on to now this internet psychiatry. It's a bit like the so-called YouTube atheist community, which became the laughing stock of the entire internet when everyone realised that none of them knew what the word atheist meant. I even saw an atheist support group. Can you imagine what that must be like? People sitting around there having tea and biscuits, and one of them says, I'm having terrible problems, you know, I'm starting to believe in God, and everyone rallies around and goes, hang in there, brother, hang in there. Whatever you do, don't believe. We're with you. What are they going to do? Are they going to start praying, for instance? Well, who to? It would make for such a great comedy. So let's move on to the psychiatry bit now. Okay, with these people who, as I say, have spent most of their time interfering with themselves in front of a computer, committing adultery in their heart. What does the word psychiatry mean? Does anyone know? It's Greek. I know what it means. It means, well, psyche means your soul, and iatri means doctor or doctors. Psychiatros, singular, psychiatry, plural. It means soul doctor. So if you're seeing a psychiatrist, he's allegedly a doctor of the soul. So therefore it's not of the mind, is it? Because it would have a different name if it was. So even psychiatry accepts that mental illness is to do with the soul and not with the mind. So why didn't they tell you that? So who's the only person then, of course, that can heal you? Well, then it's Jesus or his followers who can cast out that demon. Obviously there's some which are very difficult to cast out, but we should all be praying for people to understand what they're doing to themselves by involving themselves in internet masturbation, and the thoughts of their heart. You know, I don't think you can stop people from watching porn and stuff, but if you can't stop them, then you can at least get them to understand that if they consider those particular people as a sex partner in their heart, then they are committing adultery, sinning against God, and they could cause themselves to become demon possessed. So, psychiatry and masturbation, yes, they do seem to have something in common, because both, in my opinion, are wankers.